Hello, in this video, very short video, I just want to review some of the OOP basics that we talked about previously. They are just very important and very fundamental to what we're going to do in the next few weeks. So here they are. So the first thing is about class and instance or objects. So what a class is, if you remember, is that it defines kind of a blueprint for some type of data, right? Now, this is not the data itself, right? If we have a car class or a class car, we do not have a car yet. And that's when the instance or object comes in. So an instance of a class is instantiated based on its definition, based on the blueprint. And this is the syntax, right? It basically, it's just the class, the name of the class, followed by parentheses. And there might be something that goes into parentheses, but the important thing is it's the name of the class followed by parentheses, just like calling a function. Okay, that's how we instantiate an instance or an object from the class definition. Okay, the next thing is about instance attributes. So we use the dot operator to dereference an instance to access its instance attributes. Okay, so the instance dot attribute, if it is on the left hand side of an assignment operator, it creates or updates an instance attribute. Just like a variable on the left hand side of an assignment operator creates or changes that variable. So the same thing works here. So here is how we either creates or updates an instance attribute, make, and give it a value. And then the instance dot attribute anywhere else other than the left hand side of an assignment operator. So anywhere else, usually you call that right hand side, even though it may not be actually on the right hand side of an assignment operator. When they appear, when that appear on the in places other than the left hand side, it reads that instance attribute. So the corollary is that it must have already existed, right? You cannot read something if it doesn't exist. And so an example of this is, basically after we create the attribute, we can read that attribute and put it in a string. Okay, next thing is about object reference. A name or an identifier, a name of a global or local variable, name of a parameter, name of an instance attribute is always a reference to an object. Or if you want to use the C++ Java terminology, or actually the C++ terminology, it's always a pointer, always a pointer to an object. Okay, so if we, like for example here, we created a car instance and assigned it to the name car. Okay, so the name car, what it really is, it's a pointer to an instance of car, right? So that's how we might want to see it in pictures. Now, I know I showed this picture last time. There is actually a small technical inaccuracy with this picture. There's something that's not quite right with this picture. Can you see what that is? Given what I said about what a name is. Okay, so the inaccuracy is that, look, the make is a name of an instance attribute, right? So make itself is also a pointer to a different object. And now in this case, that object happens to be a string object, and the string object holds the string Honda, right? So that's really the most accurate picture for what happened here. Although we will still sometimes do this one just because it's simpler and it does most of the time get the point across. Okay. And we also talk about how the assignment operator really works. Okay. So the assignment operator does not change the object itself, right? So when the A is initially set to 10, A points to 10. However, when we assign 20 to A, we do not change the value in the object A was pointing to. Okay, we do not change the 10 to 20. Instead, we create a new int object that holds the value 20 and have A reference this new int object. Okay, this is very, very fundamental to how Python works. Okay, I think that's it. Hopefully, you have all those ideas down, and then we can move on to a new topic.